Hey, what's up, everybody? This is DJ Keo, and yeah, let's talk turntables. It seems to be turntables week. I don't know what's going on right now, but everybody's releasing turntables this week. So we got Reloop, we got Technics. I think these are probably the two biggest releases that's come out so far, but we still got the NOMs coming up. CES is going on right now. So there could be more things coming out. Denon's probably gonna release something. I don't know who else is gonna release something, but who knows? Anyway, so I wanted to talk about these two turntables in particular because both of these two companies have gone in different directions about what they think DJs want and need. So if you take Techniques, for instance, they decided to go with the minimalist. They want nothing on it, just no buttons. Just make it as good a turntable as physically possible. So they revamped the inside. The internals are completely different. I think the pitch is digital now, completely 100% digital. And so they're trying to make it more reliable. So here's the thing about turntables. I don't know if you noticed this, but for the people who don't use turntables and they're interested in getting into turntablism, whatever, turntables, they tend to sway. There's a little bit of sway in there. So if you're using Serato or whatever, say you got 92 BPM, 92.33, whatever, the 3.3 goes up and down a lot. And your ear's not going to notice it during a song, but during a long mix, oh, you'll notice it. I mean, you're doing 8 bars, it's no big deal. And for most people, the DJ, it's not an issue. If you're doing a long mix longer than a minute, oh, it hurts your soul. It's a problem. Like, it's straight up a problem. So the fact that they revamped this complete internals and decided that they're going to go away with the whole analog system and make it completely digital. So that's a welcome breath of fresh air. The other thing they did, which is, finally, is removable power and removable RCA cables. And I've heard two different stories about the ground. So one person said the ground is completely internal and they don't need a ground anymore. And then another person was like, well, the ground is, you could physically see it in the pictures. There's still a ground. So I don't know if they've gotten rid of it. I wish they could get rid of the ground. Like if there's a lot of people that mod turntables and they get rid of the ground like that. And I feel like that's something that they should have done too. They really should get rid of the ground. I like the removable cables. That's good. People get Techniques turntables because of legacy and reliability. Techniques has a history behind them as far as quality goes. So as you can see from these turntables back here that have been lasting forever, I think they're older than I am. Reliability is like the benchmark of what Technique stands for, and to the detriment of the company, because I think that's one of the reasons why they went out of business. Techniques are not like iPhones where I get a new one every 2 years or whatever. These suckers are supposed to last. You're supposed to be able to drive a truck over them and then go do a party after. Like that's just the design philosophy. And so I think that's moving forward with them. And they just did minor tweaks. Price wise, I think it's gonna be like $1,000. I don't know, it's in line with whatever's going. It's better than $5,000 for that piece of garbage that they did before. I still understand that company. DJs brought you to the ball. Why would you ignore them like this and wait 2 years, whatever, to get around to finally addressing them? That blows my mind. But anyway, so they've gotten around to it, and I think this is probably going to be a home run as far as the purist turntable market. I think this is the thing that they've been waiting for. So on the other hand, I mentioned Reloop. They've come out with a Mark II for their 8000 series. And so I think they refined some things. Generally, the design is pretty similar. And I think their idea is this is a freaking controller with a tone arm. And I don't know if you guys seen the other video I did about my Rain 12 versus Phase, but this is kind of what I wanted. This is kind of what I want Techniques to make, to be honest, but that's neither here nor there. Generally, I feel like this is kind of more in line with the future proof of the turntables. It's got a USB. It's got 2 RCAs in the back. I believe everything's MIDI on there, so all the buttons are really MIDI connected. So that's another good thing. I have not used Reloop. I can't say it's a good or bad company. I think DJ Angelo, I think he uses them. I think he's sponsored by them. That guy's a beast, and he swears by it. Yeah, I see him do routines on them. I'm like, okay, all right. Reloops up to snuff. I think the difference between the two of them is more the Reloop has a more plasticky feel, and whereas the Techniques seems to be more like machined aluminum type, like sturdy. So, but overall, I think as far as, reliability and just running, I think this is going to be fine. And so I'm saying this as a person who hasn't touched one yet. So, put that within reason. But, I feel like we're at this level now for all this stuff that everything's pretty much going to be on par. So, we'll see about that. I didn't want to make this a versus type thing because I feel like these are two different types of turntables. Like the Reloop is for more performance, where you're doing loops, you're using the splicer stuff. You're doing a whole performance thing, and I think the Techniques is more of a purist style. So, like, they're just like, we're gonna make the hell out of this turntable, and there's gonna be no compromises. If you're gonna compare the two, it would be more like a Rolls Royce and like a M5 or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one's about performance around track, and one's about, this is gonna be the smoothest ride you can physically have possible at a club. So, does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Let me cut this out. But anyway, so they're both cars. They both get to A to B. One costs a little bit more than the other. One's more prestigious than the other, but they both do the job. And I think it depends on what type of DJ you're going to be. Other thing too about it is that I feel like with the Reloops, I don't think it needs all those buttons, because, generally all the battle style mixers that come out so far, they all have, performance pads on there, and they all have 8 on each side. And, I guess it's closer to the performance. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be that we've already crossed the point where, everybody's just using, external box like a SL3 or whatever. So I don't think that you need the performance pads as much as you probably needed them before. I think with the S9, that pretty much changed the game. And even I think the Mixar Duo, and the Tractor Z2, I think those kind of set the bar for, what's required out of a mixer now. And pretty much every performance, it's my phone. So pretty much every performance, mixer today has performance pads. That's a lot of performance there. But like every mixer has performance pads on there. I mean, like, it's not the novelty it was when the Z2 came out. So I don't know. It's not that big of a deal to have it in there anymore, but, to each his own. I don't know if I'll buy either. I'm not in the market for turntables. I know I have a video about me being gassed about the new Techniques, but to be fair, they went out of business and they weren't making turntables for a while. So like, I was like, oh my God, I could finally, but yeah. I don't know. I'm not that excited about either, to be honest. The Reloop mixer, I forgot what it was called. I probably put it on the screen. That seems interesting to me. It's Serato certified. It's got a sound card in it, 2 sound cards in there. Performance pads. I think it's about $1,300 US. And to me that seems more interesting. It's basically a S9 minus the flippy paddle thingamajigs. So there's that. I was cool. I like that. I like the idea about that, and I like that all the mixers are going in that direction now. Anyway, I'm interested to see what's gonna come up in NAMM in a couple weeks. I think it's at the end of the month. It's going out. It's usually when all the companies drop their big announcements. So we're probably gonna see a lot of controllers and mixers and stuff, and we'll see where the future goes. I'll probably make a video maybe the end of this week about what I think not so much what I think is going to happen at NAMM, but what I think is going to be moving forward for DJs and the industry as a whole. I think it's been 3 years since the last one I made. So, and people have been asking me like, yo, what do you think about this? And I'm like, I'm not ready yet. I got to do some more research about it. And a lot of things have changed. So, I'll see where that goes. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I still have my DJX interview to post up. That's probably going to come out next week. So I have started the podcast officially. It's available on iTunes, the Play Store. It's available everywhere. All right. Let's put it like that. It's available everywhere. It's been a journey getting here and there, because initially the whole idea of making this channel was to do the interviews in the first place, and I kind of got sidetracked and life pulling you left and right. But so we got there. I did a couple of interviews. I got some really good ones coming up. A DJX one was more technical than I wanted it to be. Math Skills was a good interview. If you haven't seen it, look on my channel. Probably put a link up there anyway. That was a really, really good interview. I have a couple more coming up, and I'm heading to New York in a couple weeks, just trying to finalize a couple of people out there. And then I'm heading to Atlanta, and so I got some interviews down there as well. So it's gonna be busy a couple weeks here. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave your comments below. I'd love to know which DJ equipment you're interested in and what you are looking forward to coming out for the future. Thank you, everybody, and peace out, bitches.